Okay. Hello, everybody. So this is a sort of impromptu kind of breaking news emergency show for Niner FIFA Radio. So please subscribe to the channel, our Niner FIFA Radio YouTube channel. Check out our website and all of that jazz. So yeah, please subscribe, have your notifications on, click that bell so you don't miss any of our shows, especially if we have to do impromptu videos like this. Because we have some breaking news. The 49ers have, some huge news. The 49ers have traded up to the 3rd overall pick in this upcoming 2021 draft. They have traded with the Miami Dolphins. So the Miami Dolphins were traded our number 12 pick that we had. They've done something else with that later, but that's not part of this, so I'm not going to talk about that. And so if people wondering what our conversation was, we're giving up a 3rd-round pick, which was one of our comp picks for Robert Saleh getting hired to the Jets, and they will be getting our 1st-round picks for the next 2 years, so net for the 2022 draft and the 2023 draft. So, Jason, your thoughts on this?
Well, I think I'm going to start off with telling the story that I told you guys already in our group chat, just because I think it's pretty funny and everybody should hear it. So those of you guys that know that, I do live up here in the Seattle area, and we were in a business meeting, and my phone had been going off for quite some time. Just, the alerts coming on, ESPN, Niner this, Niner that, all this kind of, everything's popping in at one time. So I look down at my phone. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I grabbed my phone, and like I said, we're in the middle of an important meeting. And in the middle of this, I'm just like, holy shit, the Niners did what? And so, that's how I got the news. And wow, amazing that, this is big boy moves. This, I was completely happy at number 12 with the pick because we could pretty much do whatever we wanted. Mm-hmm. Now, pretty much been told what we're going to do with this pick.
Yeah. I mean, you're the one who told me because I got your message in our group chat about it. And so I ran to Twitter to figure out what was going on and to see if I can get more information. Because I was like, what in the heck?
What is he screaming about?
Yeah, I know. And hey, Kim's in the chat.
How you doing, Kim?
And so, so we are now number 3. It's crazy. It's this off season has been very interesting because this is a very bold off season. I feel like they're making moves that they normally wouldn't, but they're like, you know what? Let's just do it and see what happens.
Sure.
Yeah, which I'm pretty excited about. And it's crazy. So I have a feeling, and I think a lot of people are having this feeling, we're getting a quarterback in number 3. I think there's like very slim chance we do anything else. And it's just going to depend on what the Jets do, really. Because I think we're both pretty sure that Jacksonville is going to take Trevor Lawrence. I feel like a lot of people
of things that I think
have that opinion.
Wilson might go to the Jets, though, or to the Jags, though.
Oh, really? I haven't heard that. Yeah. I've heard people say that Justin Fields might. I heard that maybe Justin Fields might go because of the coach that they hired. I guess he was at Ohio State. But it's just gonna be interesting. I mean, this is crazy. So we're gonna have I feel like we're gonna have a good pick of whatever the 2 that are left over. And I feel like they wouldn't have made this move if they weren't okay with like all 3 of those guys up top. Like if they had one guy that they wanted, they were like, this is my guy. I want him. I don't want whoever, one of the other 2 guys. I feel like they wouldn't have made this move. So I feel like they probably have one that they would really want, but I feel like they're okay with the other 2 also.
I kind of think they have 1A and 1B. They might have 2 people rated at pretty much neck and neck.
Mm-hmm.
and whoever falls to them, they get.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if the Jets and Salah haven't tipped their hat to what they want to Shanahan. Maybe he
Mm-hmm.
does us a solid and be like, hey, this is, like for instance, maybe Salah's told him that they're sticking with Darnold for their quarterback. Maybe because maybe if you put some weapons around Darnold, he gets better. Because honestly, if you put because another thing I've heard for this third pick is that they might take Penei Sewell from Oregon, who is he is going to be a long-term good tackle in this league. So I wouldn't even be mad if they took Sewell. It'd be a surprise, but I don't think you give up this much capital to take a tackle. We need a new
I
quarterback.
agree with you on that.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be against it because, like I said, he's going to be the right tackle of the future in the NFL, in my opinion. But like I said, this is the kind of draft capital you spend for a quarterback. This is not tackle.
Yeah.
Right. This is quarterback.
Yeah.
So
and who knows? The Jets also might. The Jets who might like Darnold, Salah might like Darnold, and I think they need O-line help. So maybe they pick Sewell up at number 2. It's a possibility. That's the wild card. The Jets are kind of the wild card because it's just going to be interesting to see what happens now. It makes the draft a lot more interesting. And so basically also what this means is Jimmy Garoppolo is looking to be on his way out either this season or next season, like in the next off season, depending on what they want to do. If they want the rookie to sit behind him for like a year, like what Patrick Mahomes did to Alex Smith, or if they just want, or if the rookie comes in and just wows and they get an OTA and everything, and they get their normal off-season training and all that jazz, and the rookie wows in those things, maybe they just look to trade him at the beginning of the season before the trade deadline. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, look what happened with Seattle and Russell Wilson. Wilson came in as a draft pick, obviously not number. I think he was a 4th, 5th rounder, but he came in. I don't even think he was a backup. I think he was the third string to start training camp. And the Hawks had made a trade for the one guy out of Green Bay that had one good game, But Russ was good enough when he came in. He took the job in training camp. We might have that kind of a situation because I've also heard that they're not getting rid of Jimmy, which I think is still a smokescreen because the only way we keep Jimmy, in my opinion, is if we pick Trey Lance because Trey Lance is still a little raw.
Yeah.
So if you keep Trey Lance, he's going to need a little bit of time to develop, per se. But the kind of offense, the other thing about the kind of offense that he ran at North Dakota State would work. It's a very run heavy. He only threw the ball like 18, 19 times a game, because like I said, they just ran the ball. But I mean, you also look what Shanahan did with RG3 when they picked him over number 1 overall in that draft. Shanahan had no idea how to run an RPO offense, and he spent that whole summer in colleges learning and redesigned his whole offense to fit Robert Griffin. So I mean, like I said, now we got to study them even more on all these quarterbacks to figure out what we're going to do.
And now, do you have one that you would like them to pick? Do you have like a favorite just off the top of your head, or do you not mind whoever we grab?
The one I don't like per se is Justin Fields. And I know a lot of people love Justin Fields. He's exciting, blah, blah, blah. I don't trust Ohio State quarterbacks. And the one thing is that Ohio State quarterbacks under Urban Meyer, when they were not pro ready, not even close to being pro ready. They had their own system that they ran, and it pretty much stunted their growth. Now they do have a new coach. I forget the name of the new guy, and the offense has changed. And there's tons of pictures and articles about Fields went to Shanahan's quarterback camp a few times. So he has been already coached by Kyle. I just, like I said, to me, there's a stigma about Ohio State quarterbacks that I can't get over. But like I said, you draft Fields, what else am I going to do? I'm going to get behind him. But like I said, I have this stigma against Ohio State quarterbacks. But I would like if you push me, Zach Wilson out of BYU.
I like Wilson too. I've seen a little bit of him. I need to look more into these guys now, especially now that we moved up. But I was looking a little bit at his numbers like earlier today, and he looks good. And he had his pro day today, and it sounds like it went really well. So
he was using a 49ers ball during his pro day.
Yeah.
I mean, put that, chalk that up to something, I mean, I don't know if that was just a random thing, but I was just, they were reporting that he was using one of the 49ers balls. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And then, an hour later, this trade happens. I was like, well, looky here. So,
yeah.
But even Trey Lance would work. I've seen people want Mac Jones, and I would be okay with Mac Jones. But if they take Mac Jones at number 3, I'm throwing something at my TV during the draft.
Yeah.
We could have had Mac Jones at 12 and not given up anything, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like I said, Mac Jones is basically Jimmy without the injuries. And I'd be okay with that type of talent, but not at the number 3 pick. Like I said, you're going to see some angry people if we pick up Mac Jones at number 3.
Yeah, for sure. Do you know if, because Fred Warner was from BYU, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Was Zach Wilson on the team when he was there, or did he come in when Warner was out?
I'm not entirely sure on that one. Maybe
because I was thinking that maybe they asked Warner if it's possible. And I know Warner's brother is on the team, the corner. I think cornerback. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if they're using that connection to get more intel on Wilson and stuff like that, and whatnot. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this is exciting. I mean, the whole fan base seems super excited about this. I'm pretty excited about this. I definitely feel more Yeah.
You have the
I feel better. Yeah. I feel more confident after they picked up Kinlaw and Ayuk last year with the high picks. Mm-hmm. That they can see talent up high. So I do feel better about them picking this high again, because I don't think I'm hoping we don't have another Solomon Thomas kind of situation. No offense to Solomon Thomas, he just shouldn't have been picked that high. And stuff. So I'm we'll just see what happens. It's crazy. I definitely think that they are trying to go for it. They're trying to keep their Super Bowl window open. They want to just keep it going. And then I think they realized that quarterback was a huge problem, a need that they needed to address. And it looks like that's what they're doing through the draft. So.
Yeah, and especially if we can either cut Jimmy or trade him. That is a lot of money. I mean, because we have a lot of players coming up the next few years that are going to need big contracts.
Yep.
I mean, this is kind of one of those deals that you make for the future, because he's going to be underneath a rookie contract for 5 years, 4 to 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
If whoever we pick, unless he completely bombs, kind of a thing, they're going to pick up the 5th-year option.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. So I mean, that's going to be a minimum amount of money we're going to have to pay him for the next, like I said, 5 years. So you could pay the rest of the team and worry about that in 5 years. And at that, you could just keep, putting him underneath the franchise tag over and over, even though that gets expensive. But then you can make other moves to free up money. And, there's that whole thing that, like I said, 5 years down the line. I've also seen some people are talking about Kyle Pitts being picked up. And I think he's going to be an awesome player. That's another overpick, in my opinion. You don't move up that much for a wide receiver.
Yeah, I think just based off of.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, you don't give up this much compensation to go and pick up a non-quarterback player. You just don't do that.
Mm-hmm. even as good as I think Sewell is going to be, this draft is so deep with tackles. Again, we could have had a good tackle or guard or lineman in general at number 12. This is a quarterback draft move. That's the only reason why you make that. But knowing the Niners, we're going edge. We're getting Micah Parsons out of freaking Penn State. Watch.
Oh man!
Would it not be the most Niners thing ever to do all this and then we take an edge rusher?
If they pick an edge rusher or a defensive lineman, I don't know what the fan base is going to do after all this. Oh my god! It would be such a Niners move.
Like, oh my god! Did we really traded all this for an edge rusher? But that's a Shanahan move right there. Draft edge. We don't know who we're picking. Draft edge. But no, like I said, I was ecstatic with how the free agency turned out and who we signed, the pickups that we had. Number 12, I was like, we are perfect. And now it's like, wow, they're not playing around. They're like, look, if anything else, this is going to light a serious fire underneath Jimmy's ass. Not to say that he was unmotivated or anything like that before, but now they're like, look, this is it. If Jimmy doesn't win a Super Bowl next year, we're done. He's done. There's no excuse after that.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. But yeah, I mean, if Jimmy ends up playing this whole season and they let the rookie sit for a season, run the playbook, get acclimated to the NFL and to all the different stuff like that, I'm not opposed to that either. Because that's what Patrick Mahomes did, and look at him.
I would love to see someone sit for a year. Like I said, if we got Trey Lance, I would love that. Let him sit for a year and learn. Yeah.
Trey Lance, I watched a little bit of his highlight film. He reminds me a lot of Kaepernick, like a little bit.
He's very Kaepernick-ish. Yeah, his style's a lot like Cap. He's got that big arm. I mean, he throws 60-yard bombs like nothing. He's just a flick of the wrist to him.
Yeah.
But like I said, where Cap probably was faster, especially once he got to the open field. He's not as shifty as say Trey Lance is. Cap wasn't great with sneaking people. He was just, he had them long legs to where once he started running, you couldn't catch him.
Yeah.
But like I said, going side to side, Cap didn't have that. Trey Lance is, like I said, probably not as fast, but he's definitely, he definitely has a lot better lateral movement overall. Here's another thing you can think about.
Yeah.
We have the number 3 pick. And I'm not for this one, but it's an idea. With how much Deshaun Watson's stock has dropped with all of this, just a straight 3rd pick for Deshaun Watson. I'm not suggesting it, but there's value with that.
Oh, man.
I know it would be like something would have to come out for me to even want it. Something would have to come out like the smoking gun that says this was, because I've heard, everybody's heard the thing, because the lawyer is friends with the Texans owners and it's a setup. You would have to get the smoking gun proving that before I'd even be on board with it. But I'm just saying, value-wise, that's a straight, with what he's worth now, I would take it if I was a Texans. If someone offered me a first round for him, take it now before he's not, he's out of the league completely.
Yeah. I mean, that's true too. That is definitely an option, but I do agree with you. I'd have to see something come out that's like concrete that it's like to prove that he didn't do all the allegations that were brought up against him and all that crap. And yeah, I mean, but this organization, it's very interesting. I feel like they try to avoid. I feel like especially after the Reuben Foster stuff, they've tried to avoid complicated players like this that have these kind of things, regardless of if they're like, if it's happened or not happened or whatever. I feel like they try to avoid those kind of situations because of how complicated the Reuben Foster stuff came out and kind of screwed them over.
Yeah, they're just like, look, even if it's questionable, we don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like I said, I don't think they're going to do it unless, like I said, we would have to have the smoking gun of all smoking guns if they were going to pull a move like that. Like you'd have to have all these women come out and say, no, we just, we were doing it because this guy paid us so much money to say something and we'll go on record. And it would have to be, something along those type of lines for it to even to be considered. Because you're going to take, even if he's completely innocent of everything, he's still going to always carry some sort of a stigma with him, no matter what. He is now labeled that for life. Unfortunately, like I said, he can be completely innocent, and unfortunately, he will be labeled this for the rest of his life. So, but like I said, value-wise, I would get it, but don't do it. Please don't. PR nightmare. It's like, people bitched and moaned about the whole Cap kneeling PR. This would be 10 times worse.
Oh, it really would. It really would. Like
they would.
I have to
fold.
Yeah.
But
it would be. It's the PR nightmare.
Yeah, like I said, it'd be even worse than the whole Cap kneeling situation, just the PR aspect of it.
Yeah, for sure.
But like I said, it's doubtful, but that's still a while away. Maybe with something to come out.
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, so now the draft is when? Is it the last weekend of April or the last?
Something like that.
Yeah.
April 22nd or something. I don't know. 29th.
29th. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we will see what the 49ers decide to do. I believe Justin Fields' pro day is Tuesday. And stuff. So I'm pretty sure that the 49ers organization, John Lynch, Adam Peters and stuff will be there. And I did hear that the 49ers are having a press conference on Monday. So we might get, I don't know how much information, but they might they're definitely going to talk about the trade up. So we'll see what they.
I haven't seen anything about that.
I think it's a Kyle and John are going to be there. So I think it's a general.
Okay.
I think so. Right. I just heard, that's what I've heard, and stuff. So I will definitely keep you posted if anything comes out of that. They're not going to give away everything, but they might say something. And who knows? But and we'll probably get more info into how this trade went down and stuff like that.
Well, they've been trying to move into the top 5 for the last week or so, and it just happened to be.
I heard it.
Oh,
you're good.
Oh, that the Jets weren't moving at all, and I don't think we have the capital to go number 1. So it was basically down to 3, 4, and 5. But they've been working on it for well over a week now, and so.
Well, they got it done. They've done something that a lot of fans have been wanting them to do. They're in prime position to get their quarterback, and for Kyle to pick his guy that he wants. If that's what they're going to do, which I think a lot of us think that's what's going to happen. And we'll keep you updated. If they decide to do anything else before the draft and whatnot, and then it's gonna be crazy. This offseason has been definitely a very interesting, but I think a very good, very wild ride.
I did not expect this offseason. With everything that has injuries, I'm just like,
I know.
Just make one good move, and they've made a ton of good moves so far.
They really have. They've been really active this offseason because you're right. Because I don't think last offseason they were as active, but also that was the beginning of COVID, so maybe that had something to do with it, and them trying to figure out how they're going to run and all that jazz. So, yeah. Well,
good move so
I
far.
believe. Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to say? Otherwise, we'll just start wrapping it up.
No, I think we've covered everything. I did meet some random guy waiting for the wife at the gas, because she works at a gas station. I was picking her up before I got home, and some guy was also, he had his truck there, decked out Niners gear. So I had to run up on him like, "Hey, I need to talk to somebody about this." And he was like, "What? I didn't even know about it." So
Oh, that's cool.
running
That's
out
awesome.
with some stranger in the middle of the street in the parking lot of the gas station, like, "Hey man, did you hear what the Niners just did?" He's like, "No, what?"
Oh
But I
man,
also
that's
found out
awesome.
he's also a season ticket holder, and I got his number. He's like, "I'm probably only going to go to a couple games this year. Give me a ring." I'm like, "Okay."
Oh, that's cool.
I
That's
was like,
awesome.
"Sweet." My wife, she's like, "That guy comes in every week. He wears the same gear." I'm like, "You make friends with him and tell him how much I like him." Seth, if you're out there, how you doing, brother? Like, hey, by the way, we had a podcast show. You should check us out.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, that is it. So make sure subscribe to the YouTube channel, 95 for Radio. Click that subscribe button. Click the little notification bell so you get all our notifications if we do end up having to do random shows like this because the Niners make moves.
We'll
And to help, yeah, we'll be here. Check out, search 95 for Radio and wherever you listen to your podcast. We do have a podcast feed where you can listen to this show. And I was going to do a Faithful News Minute, but this will be the Faithful News Minute talking about it. I thought this would be a lot more fun to do instead of just me talking about it as a news form and stuff. And our regular show, all of our audio will be on that podcast feed. So also check that out. Check out our website, 95radio.com. That is where we'll try to post a whole bunch of news and it'll have a lot of information about our site. And check out our shop, 95radio.com/shop. We do have some 95 Radio merch, and I believe we still have some affiliated links for 49ers merch too. So definitely go check that out and help support our show and our website and all of the things. So, yep. Well, thank you, Jason, for joining me, and thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Yeah, of course.
Go Niners.
See you guys next. Go Niners.